Nobody that's getting any type of government assistance has kids by men who aren't on child support. One of the requirements for you to receive SNAP benefits and Section 8 is for you to have at least started or opened a case for those men to take care of their children. Because those men are also going to be charged to take care of the Texas Medicaid or whatever the government assisted healthcare provided healthcare that is afforded to you as well. That's how you know that she's just talking about herself and women like her and the women that are around her. If she actually knew people who were doing this or had been in this situation, she would actually understand how this shit works.
Currently grown men making jokes about how 90% of women, if they take away food stamps, Section 8, this, that, and the third, all types of government assistance, 90% of women will fold in a week. Mind you, these are the same men that don't take care of their kids, which is the reason why half of these women are on government assistance. Half of these men don't watch their kids. There's daycare. Half of these men aren't on child support or don't have a job to pay their child support fucking payments. But they talking about 90% of women will fold if the government shut all their assistance down. I want y'all to know something. The way that y'all want women to not only fall flat on our faces, but y'all want us to fall flat on our faces so we can prove that we need men while y'all still don't be the men that we fucking need. Excuse the stuffy voice because I am getting a code from the weather change. But my point still remains the fucking same here. Y'all literally, as men, to sit here and say, oh, it would be so funny to watch all the women fold if government assistance got taken away completely. All you're reminding us is, even without the government assistance, y'all still won't do shit. No government assistance means men still won't fucking provide. All y'all gonna do is laugh while we're poor and broke and fucked up like y'all are. Interesting. Y'all just want to see another person fucked up and fucked around so you don't have to feel bad about being fucked up and fucked around. A lot of you men, and again, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Do not get in my comments speaking for all men when half of y'all know about 4 fucking deadbeat daddies. If you're not a deadbeat and you take care of your kids, don't feel fucking triggered. But if you know you don't do enough for your children and to help out your baby mama or your significant other, then bitch, hit dog holler. You feel me? But we're going to be fucking realistic here. Half of y'all are cheering and talking shit about women on government assistance and this, that, and the third because y'all just want to see bitches on their asses. Literally. Y'all just want to see bitches on their asses. And that's so throwed. Because even if we were down on our asses today, we would still have to pick ourselves back up because there would still be no grown-ass men there to do the fucking job that men were supposed to do. Like, what the fuck do y'all want? Y'all want women to just suffer. And I swear to God, that's the sickest shit I've ever seen. So many men wanting women to suffer. But if y'all fat, funky, bald-headed ass mamas was out here fucked up, you'd be in the streets selling dope tomorrow. Crazy how y'all will go crazy for your single mothered ass mother, but will talk shit about single mothers to this day. Half of y'all were raised by single mothers, and half of the problems y'all have with single mothers comes from your own funky, fat, fucking ugly mother. God, I hate you niggas. Y'all make life hard. When shit's not rocket science, it's very simple stuff that shouldn't have to be explained. But to hate single mothers, but talk about how your mother was a trooper and she deserves the world from you while also saying other single women and single mothers do not deserve that same luxury when they're in the same fucking situation that your mama was in. But luckily for your mama, government assistance was booming back in her time. Niggas, motherfuckers had townhouses, $1,800 motherfucking townhouses on the cheap ski. Fuck are we talking about? Like, motherfuckers was sitting pretty back in the day when we was kids. Our mamas lived off of government assistance while it was booming. Now government assistance is shit, and we're in a fucking economy that wants us to fucking die. With a Cheeto Puff for a fucking president who wants everyone to act like the fucking Yahtzees. Exactly. So again, to sit here and say that you want to see single mothers fail and fall on their asses is fucking insane. Because your fucking mama should have fell on her ass. But she also already did when she birthed half of y'all. When your mama's birthed you bitch ass motherfuckers, she already failed. Then she kept your punk ass alive long enough to claim she did a good job, but the hoe didn't put nothing in your brain. Crazy fucking work. Y'all irritate me every day.
I imagine That's what the men think I sound like. Jeez. Okay, this is what I will say. No, this whole, benefits getting cut or whatever is not going to bring black families back. Um, now, what it will do, it will force some women to be in relationships with men that they would not otherwise be in relationships with for survival. That's what will happen. Then men will absolutely see what needing them looks like. And I pray that for every single one of you that think that this is going to bring black families back together. Now, ideally, sure, why not? I wish that something would, and if this does, great. But we are going to see an uptick in DV because that is the other side of the sword. There, it's double edged. You'll get women returning to men and depending on men again, but you'll also get those men that are going to treat those women like punching bags. And so we will see an uptick in a whole lot of DV. So I like again, I wish that this would be a healthy thing, but it's not going to be altogether healthy for anyone, for men, women, none of that. Because men are going to be used more and women are going to be used as punching bags more. So I think we need to be careful what we wish for. Also, we're going to see an uptick in crime. We are going to see an uptick in the prison population because when you take away people's ability to provide for themselves, especially when you're talking about people on disability being on these benefits, when you're talking about people who can't work, who have a lot of kids. Listen, whether it's their fault or not, I don't know. They here now. We're dealing with what is and not what about isms. But when you're dealing with people who literally cannot make enough money to support themselves, let's not. Y'all already talked about the people that abuse the system. Great, fine, whatever. I concede to that. Great, but there are people that absolutely need it. People that are on Section 8, right up the street from me. People who are disabled, who have nothing else. They cannot work. They're on Social Security, Section 8. They get SNAP. They get food stamps. It's a tower of people right up the street from me. They need these benefits. They don't have a choice. They are not single mothers with a whole bunch of children. Let's think about what we're talking about when we're celebrating this. So we have to think about the big picture and not just single mothers going back to men. It's a whole lot more people that are going to be affected. So I think that this is going to be terrible and it's going to have very little benefit in the face of all of the terrible things that could happen.
So here's what I see. We need to correct some things that she said that just were categorically untrue. No woman on child support has, not you, the girl in the red. Nobody's on that's getting any type of government assistance has kids by men who aren't on child support. One of the requirements for you to receive SNAP benefits and Section 8 is for you to have at least started or opened a case for those men to take care of their children. Because those men are also going to be charged to take care of the Texas Medicaid or whatever the government assisted healthcare provided healthcare that is afforded to you as well. So that's how you know that she's just talking about herself and women like her and the women that are around her, because nobody know if she actually knew people who were doing this or had been in this situation, she would actually understand how this shit works. So all of that aside, limited SNAP benefits is not going to bring families back. It's going to drive down the cost of pussy and it's going to help fight hoflation. Like there's nothing about this entire like the fact that women are going to have a harder time getting benefits is going to make them want to go stay with the men that they had kids with. The majority of these women are having kids that are accidents, and then they too stubborn to go have an abortion because they treat these babies like they're little Frenchies or these fashion trend accessory ass dogs. Like they don't want them, but they treat them like they're some sort of like, toy. So you can't expect these people to now, okay, well, I can't get SNAP. So now I got to go put my pussy to other use, which is going to be to keep a man. And that's just not how it's going to go. If anything, OnlyFans is going to be an uptake. I do agree that domestic violence is going to be an uptick because, those two things, the rise in sex work tends to correlate with the rise in domestic violence. So they're not doing anything except for really helping men choose to stay single, because now the guys that are going to know these women, only reason why they want to be in a relationship is because they can't afford to be single. So they're all fucking for help. Dating for help now. Or they're trying to change for being Snap, whatever that program is, it was like Snap Dick, because that's how they know they're going to be able to survive. They attach themselves to a man.
SNAP benefits. Here's why that might save Black families. For decades, welfare rewarded single motherhood. You got more money without a man in the house. This pushed Black fathers out, destroyed the nuclear family. Now, women will have to choose partners who can provide, not the government. No safety net means better vetting, stronger men, stable homes. When survival depends on partnership, you pick better partners. The welfare state broke us. Time to rebuild from strength, not dependency.
I agree. I think that it's a crutch. I think that it should be a limit. Like you shouldn't just be able to do it for 20 years. You know what I mean? I think that it also should be set up. It's just the program needs to be. I have so many ideas about this for years. Like they need to revamp how it's set up. It definitely shouldn't go to illegal immigrants. We seen them balling out with food stamps online. You know what I mean? And I agree with him. I think that people use it as a crutch and they abuse it. And I think that the program needs to be revamped and those funds need to be allocated, to the real people who actually do need them. Because I just don't think that I think that that's what it did. And it did when they introduced government assistance and they were like, you can't have a man living with you. I mean, people still did it and people still do it. For people like me, people that own buildings, if you have Section 8 tenants, they do it. You know what I mean? But I just think it's a crutch. Like they get on it and they never get off. Why would you? If it's there and you can continue to do it. So I think that it is what it is. I'm not crying about it. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not crying about it. I think that we need to be growing our own food. I think that Black people need to get together like what Master P doing and build production companies. Like my son right now, he going to school for agriculture and farming. I think that's an amazing idea, right? So I think that we need to be looking into things like that and outsourcing and stop trying to lean on other people for things. I mean, I feel like that money that people using our food stamps can be utilized in different ways. Because people be on food stamps for their whole life in Section 8. Like they don't, and I think that it's a crutch. And so we should try to figure out a way around it. And I feel like all of that stuff is owned by the dominant society and they control it. So just like they gave it to us, they can take it away. So you got to be prepared and you got to be ready.
Where are the celebrities? Where are the mothers? Where is Kim Kardashian? Where is Cardi B? Where is Taylor Swift? Where is Beyonce? 40 million people are about to lose their food assistance and they do not care because they are part of the system. Wake up. Nobody needs Skims when they're actually skin and bone. Nobody needs 12 albums with the same music. Wake up. They don't care. They want you to starve. Starve them. Do not buy their stuff. They want children to starve. Wake up.
I don't know about bringing back the family, but I definitely I speak on the welfare perspective first. I don't I agree with what he's saying in terms of I think that government assistance does make you lazy, and it doesn't give you anything to strive for. I'm Black and I'm from the hood, so I know people, a lot of people. I have family members who don't want to do better, because the second you start making more money, they take it away from you, and then you're in the same spot. You're in the same spot, you in the same lifestyle. So it's like, why would I work harder and get less benefits to be in the same position, right? So I do believe that it is a crutch, and it kind of keeps you from moving forward. A lot of people who don't feel like they got a certain amount of potential anyway, it just makes it worse, in my opinion. Now, as far as it bringing back the black family, maybe. I hear the perspective like at face value, and I get like how he makes it make sense. Um, I don't know if forcing families to be together makes the most sense. I don't know. I think that's like how like um feminism got here, from like women feeling like they was forced to do things, and women feel like they had to make decisions and they had to stay in relationships because of, a man has financial power over her versus her choosing to be in that situation. So I don't know. I'll let somebody else go while I'll kind of process what they say, but at a glance, it's kind of like where my mind is going to.
And if men aren't predators, then why the fuck are they on here bragging about SNAP benefits being cut? So it's gonna force women into interacting with them again. What an odd thing to say and assume. They're literally on here gloating at the fact that they think they're gonna have access to women again because government assistance has been cut for the month of November. You are not who you think you are if that's what it took for you to get access to a woman, period. Y'all be careful. I keep telling y'all that something's wrong with them. They're desperate. I feel like a lot of us have started to really pull back and been able to take care of ourselves, but it's so important for you to know who you are, and what you're actively doing. A lot of the times, automatically, like, women do so much multitasking at one time that's considered normal for them, that takes men years, months to do. And you do it at ease. You do it while looking like a bad bitch. You do it while bleeding. You do it while raising children. You do it while helping the community, while helping your sisters. Do not get yourself caught up and trapped with them, because they are setting traps with the intentional starvation of people. And dare I say, this is another combat on a lot of, I say, like, people my age and maybe a little bit younger or older, not having children. We are not interacting with these men. We are not birthing these men. We are not birthing curses. We are not working these piss poor ass jobs. We are not being any man's slave. And it's causing such disruption. But more so on the men, they're really starting to feel, and y'all know that bullshit ass male loneliness bullshit that they try to make up. We're not interacting with them. We're not doing what they need us to do. We're not, I guess, keeping them on a leash and, watching them. And don't nobody want to do that shit. Don't nobody got time for that shit. But I want to tell y'all, especially with November about to roll around for us, watch your back. Protect your spaces. Wrap that shit up. Pop that plan B if you need it. Have your emergency money put to the side. Keep them legs closed. Ultimately, Please, please, just go buy the toy. I promise you. Just go get it. Go get it. You don't have the convenience of being dumb right now. You don't have the convenience of getting caught up with a loser right now. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay?
I agree with the young lady was saying. There should be a huge change within like time limit of how long a person or family should get Section 8 or food stamps. So I do think people become very lazy and content because it's easy to not grow. It's easy to just be there. And if they feel like they don't have to change or do much, they're not going to do much, right? Because they don't have any fire up under their bum or whatnot. Um, I think that, I mean, as far as like removing the male from the household, it definitely will make women think, right? Because a man is needed. The woman doesn't have the black man; she's going to the other man to get assistance. So when a woman says she doesn't need a man, it's not true.
Boy, you men really ain't shit, huh? Imagine being happy that kids will be starving. Imagine being happy that a lot of women won't be able to feed their kids. A lot of the kids that you dudes abandon. Imagine that. Y'all dudes are rejoicing at the fact that the SNAP benefits and government assistance and all that stuff has been taken away, and that's causing a ripple effect to hurt a lot of families. And you guys are happy for that. And y'all want to get online now and talk about you women can't say men ain't ish no more. The government breaking up with y'all, so that stuff ain't gonna fly. Women are definitely right to still say that men ain't shit, because look at your response, because it seemed like majority of y'all men just love seeing a woman struggle. It seemed like majority of y'all men that's talking love seeing kids go without. I mean, a lot of y'all dudes abandoned your own kids anyway. And y'all talk about women and daddy government, going to daddy government to get help when you niggas won't even take care of your own goddamn children. If you would actually be a father to your kids, they wouldn't have to go to daddy government. Man, miss me with this nonsense, boy. All you men that's happy that children will go without and that women will be struggling because they can't take care of their kids, shame on you, boy. Shame on you. You ain't no man, fam. You a hoe ass nigga.
It's funny. I don't know if it's gonna bring people together, but I think what it will do is maybe have people hesitant to leave maybe their current situation, maybe their current relationship situation. Maybe they'll reevaluate it and realize it may not be as bad as we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It may be worthy enough to sit down and actually have a conversation. Because sometimes that's all some people need to do is just sit down and have a conversation. I mean, an honest, genuine conversation, and then allow each other to get their points of view out instead of cutting each other off and actually listen to each other. That could save a lot of relationships just doing that alone. But unfortunately, a lot of people can't do that. So they just break up or run off or leave or get out of a situation or divorce, whatever you want to call it, just on some bull crap. And it's just unfortunate. So now individuals who's been struggling, they're going to struggle even more for the period of time that I guess the government assistance is going to be cut off. They're going to want to be the fact. You're going to see them in the food lines. You're going to see them at the some of these churches. Probably ain't been in churches over 20 years. Last time it was Easter Sunday. The last time they went to church. But now that that government benefits about to get shut off, now they ready to go praise the Lord again, giving thanks. If I was some of these churches, I'd say you're not allowed to get none of this food unless you're members. And I ain't seen you in 10 years. Not with your Easter suit on or your Easter dress or anything. You can't come here and get no food. No. It's for my members. I'm trying to feed my members because they tired, they participating, they involved, and all that. So I would just tell them you need to go down to that food pantry down the street at you said maybe at the Urban League or at the Salvation Army or something. We can't do nothing for you. It's for members only. But in totality, I don't see people just all of a sudden just going outside, looking around, picking up the first man they see, a woman picking up the first man, a man picking up the first woman. I don't see them doing that. Not like that. I don't think it's going to be that bad. It may be rough, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I'll leave it there.